Hey y'all, how's it going? I normally just ignore stuff like this, try not to give it any oxygen, but sometimes false allegations, you have to speak out, and speak up for yourself so people don't get the wrong idea. What I'm talking about is a Facebook post which was directed towards me by the mayor of Bisbee, Ken Budge. So we're going to read it right. I'm going to read it right here for you. We're going to kind of go over what he's talking about. And I say, serving as mayor is an immense privilege, and I'm incredibly proud of our wonderful city. However, so first off, who says however after I'm incredibly proud of our wonderful city? However, recent concerning incidents in Minnesota and Tucson targeting public servants necessitate an important conversation. Many of us who serve in elected positions are, for the most part, volunteers. Lie number one, y'all. Many of us who serve in elected positions are, for the most part, volunteers. Ken Budge is not a volunteer. They don't make a whole lot in Bisbee, but they do. They make like $500 a month. And the Board of Supervisors, I believe, makes like $70,000 a month. So these guys are not volunteers. They're very well paid in a lot of situations. Dedicating our time out of love for our community. Well, it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like you're angry at the community, Ken. Our city employees also work tirelessly to keep our city running. Lately, both groups have been subjected to a campaign of negativity, including vitriolic phone calls, emails, social media posts, and even death threats. People have been speaking out against Ken Budge's failure to fire Carlos Moreno, Bradley Nash, the officers who attacked me in the park 4 years ago. People are upset about that. They have the right to redress the government based on First Amendment. Ken Budge swore an oath to the First Amendment. So now he doesn't want to hear the criticism all of a sudden? Doesn't make sense, man. While we public figures anticipate some criticism, yeah, we'll take some criticism, y'all, but we just don't want all the criticism. We just want this. We just want a little bit of the criticism, okay? After we swore an oath to the Constitution. It's unacceptable for our dedicated city employees to endure such abuse. Oh, abuse. So are we talking about emotional abuse now? Or are we talking about physical abuse? Because whoever got a concussion, from the F word or whatever, who got a broken arm from anything that anybody said. I've been attacked, Ken Budge. I've been physically attacked, punched in the head, knocked out, thrown in the back of a car. This is abuse, okay? This is real abuse. You're trying to play a little, emotional abuse card and people aren't buying it. This behavior goes against the values of our community. What are the values of our community? To allow cops to beat people for no reason? To allow cops to violate our constitutional rights, Ken? So I don't think that you understand the values of our community, honestly, Ken. It's especially troubling when such actions are instigated by a local individual on their YouTube channel and who volunteers at our animal shelter. He's talking about me, y'all. It's a small town. I have a YouTube channel, and yes, I volunteer at the animal shelter. I enjoy working with the dogs. I do it for free. I don't charge anything at all. I'm a total volunteer. I have been for a while, and Ken Budge is trying to go after me for simply being a volunteer at the animal shelter. How sick. How sick is that, y'all? Completely sick. The right to free speech is fundamental. Okay, is it? But you just want some of the criticism, right, Ken? But we must also recognize the potential for such rhetoric to escalate into dangerous situations. Everything he's talking about right now is fanatical hypotheticals. Delusional. There's been no violence against Ken Budge. There's been violence against me. People are angry at Ken Budge because he has allowed the violence to essentially continue. It's disgusting. Now he wants to play the victim all of a sudden because, whatever he thinks, I don't know. I don't know what the guy's thinking. Let's demonstrate that we are a united community, rejecting hatred and division. I urge you to join me in supporting our city employees and elected officials, letting them know their service is valued and that this behavior will not be tolerated. What behavior, Ken? Since you've kind of specifically called out me, what behavior will not be tolerated? And how is it not going to be tolerated? Is that a threat? Is that a threat to me? Because you mentioned death threats, which I have nothing to do with. I have nothing to do with threats against the city. Never have. Everything that I do is freedom of speech within the First Amendment. Our right to criticize the government, to videotape, just things like that. He is trying to, in a roundabout way, like in a double-speak manner, connect me with death threats which have nothing to do with me. Just to point out to everybody, I have nothing to do with the death threats that he's talking about.